I'm running through your nigga house like the Tomb Raider. You gotta pass around, nigga. He a hot potato. I told him eat it or get out. That's your ultimatum. But stop licking my pussy hard. That shit aggravating. He ain't mine. I just let him eat me out from time to time. Call it pussy booty tang. Cause I got the running kind. He can't compare me to none of these bitches. I got that beat.
Hi guys, it's me, Firebug711, and I'm coming at you with my very first YouTube video. Thank you guys so much. I just want to let everyone know, thank you guys for following me and just making me feel welcome, and being able to like share this is the greatest gift. So just know that I'm doing this thing for you guys, not just for me. So today's topic is, Lord, did I just forget? Oh, my coming out story. How I came out to my parents at 15. And honestly, it was a bit of an adventure, let's just say. But let's see, where do I start? I was going to a performing arts high school. Most of my friends were definitely gay guys. And I hung out in a group of them, and I was probably the only girl. It was one other girl, but she wasn't always with us. She had her own thing, but I was definitely the gay one. We went to the gay club. I'm gonna just start there. We got to the gay club. They didn't ID me. They didn't care. They just let us all be in, in the club. No, they didn't care how old I was, and I was definitely 15. I got there. I was wearing a SpongeBob tank top, SpongeBob panties, a blazer, and shoes, and that's it. And yes, my friends definitely dressed me because they said I dressed like a tomboy or a stud or whatever. So anyway, I got there and I noticed this new fucking phenomenon. Girls who look like guys, and I had never seen one before. I had never experienced that ever. But like when I saw it, it was like something that happened inside of me, like this spark, this feeling of like, I've arrived. This is where I'm supposed to be. Damn. You know what I mean? So I was immediately approached. I was immediately, looked at as sexy. Like I had never been around a group of my peers where I felt so accepted. And that is like the start of it. And I befriended this one girl named Kim. She was straight out the military from Chicago. She had beautiful hazel eyes. She had like short, blondish, brown, curly hair. And she was like literally my height. And I remember that we were calling and talking to each other, you know what I mean? And like, she was just different to me. So I didn't tell any of my friends. I didn't tell my mom. I didn't tell anyone. I went home from the club that night, called her up. We talked all fucking night. I talked to her all week. I was just really like hiding it. So then she asked me if I wanted to come over and like smoke with her and play dominoes. And of course I said yes. She showed up and I was trying to sneak out of my house, and my mom was looking out the window, and she called me from my cell phone and she was like, I see you leaving with that dyke. You better be careful leaving with her because she gonna get you fucked up and have you gay and all this type of stuff. So I just kind of rolled my eyes and went on. So we played dominoes, we smoked, we did all that. I met her friends. It was a really cute situation at her apartment. I never forget, she drove all white neon. And, those were kind of the little cute bug cars to get back then. So we went out to her car before it was time for me to go, because I did not want to leave her. I wanted to still, hang out. And my mom was calling me back to back to back, and I wasn't answering the phone. So I cut my phone off. And I was sitting in the car with her. She was kissing on me. I was kissing her back. It was my first time ever kissing a girl. And it was just so soft and sensual and sexy. I just loved every minute of it. I never wanted to stop kissing her. And like I was just rubbing my fingers through her hair. She was rubbing her fingers through mine. Like, man, I loved everything about that, and I didn't want to leave. So when it was time for me to go home, I went to cut my phone back on, and my mom had disconnected my service. So like I was so pissed off. I was like, I know what I'll do to fix her. I ain't coming back home. I'm not gonna come back home tonight. And like, mind you guys, I had run away before, but we were past that point of running away. Like, I had been rehabbed. I went through all this therapy, and I really wasn't running away. I was on the straight and narrow, but it was just like that triggered me to not want to come back home, because I didn't want to deal with the backlash of me being out all night with a gay girl. I just didn't want to do it. At the time, my mom was one of those moms that if I got into any kind of trouble, she would tell the whole fucking family. So it was just like, I already knew what I was facing. So I'm not dealing with that shit. I'm not going home, you know? So turns out when I ended up staying with her, I decided to never go back home. I still went to school. I still did all that. And I felt like I could have a career at the club, because I was dancing for a major performing company and I was making money. I was also teaching at a dance studio. I was teaching African dance class at a dance studio every Saturday, so I had a check from that. And then I also was working at the gay club, because that very night that they brought me, which will be another episode, I ended up dancing on the go-go box, the go-go dancer box, and they made me a permanent dancer at the club for every Friday, and every Friday and Saturday, as a matter of fact. So, you know, it was kind of like I had two jobs and I was going to school. I was pretty much grown. The only thing that I didn't have was a vehicle. And the girl that I was dating became my girlfriend, and I was able to drive her car anywhere I wanted to, as long as I dropped her off and picked her up at work about an hour away. So, you know, that was very interesting. You know, all my gay friends always visited me, checked on me, brought me food, all kinds of stuff, and made sure that I was okay. Made sure that I still got my homework. You know, they were definitely good friends. But no one was telling me to go home, which I really wish someone would have told me to take my ass home. And I would have listened, because I was definitely listening to my friends way too much then. Moving on. My mom kind of knew, but she didn't know for a fact that that's what happened or what I was doing. She just thought that I was running away and I was being rebellious, whatever, and hanging out with these new dyke friends. So, after being gone for about a good 2 months, I ended up getting sick at school. It was just like a regular cold, but I just think from being in her apartment and being out on my own, I wasn't really taking care of myself that well. So I just got sick. And I was so sick to the point where I had to call my mom, because I needed to go to the emergency room and I needed my insurance. I needed all my little paperwork. So, cheers. Of course, my mom showed up with the paperwork, you know, so I could be seen. And she saw that I was with my girlfriend, and she didn't have the heart to like attack her or be mad at her, because she noticed that we had a baby with us. She did not know that my girlfriend had a 3-year-old child. And that's what we were doing. We was working and taking care of her, because we had no furniture in our apartment. We didn't have shit. We didn't have nothing but a bed for the baby, a bed for us, and cooking utensils. That's all. And we were about to get evicted on top of all of that, because the apartment we were staying in wasn't mine or my girlfriend's. It was her homegirl's. And she could not keep up the rent. And she lied about a lot of stuff. But ultimately, we got kicked out. We got kicked out. We were trying to find another apartment. We found one. But it didn't work out. And that is going to be another episode as well, what happened at that apartment. Long story short, my mom was like, no, you need to come home and bring her and her baby with you. So come back to the house. No hard feelings. I won't bring up shit. Put the baby in the third room. Y'all can be in that room as long as you go to school and you do what you're supposed to do. And then, you know, I was back home too. So she enjoyed all that. My mom, I can't say that she did not know that I was gay or I was being gay. I think she just didn't want to accept it. And I think she thought that it was just a phase. So, you know, she didn't really take us seriously, even though we were definitely sleeping in the same bed together and we were taking care of her daughter together and we were claiming each other and going to the club and all kinds of stuff. But things just didn't work out with her because she was definitely 24 and I was just turning 16, and it was starting to become a use type thing. Like, she was using me. She was using me because I was very young, and she was using me because I was going out and working and stuff like that. Oh, I missed a part. She ended up losing her job. That was another reason why I had to come home, because, you know, I didn't make enough money to take care of all three of us. And it was just too much to handle. It was way too much. I had to come home. Once we did that, my mom started helping me realize that this was not a good relationship to be in, that she was just a woman impersonating a sorry ass dude. You know, like, she was no good for me. If I was going to be with a girlfriend, I need to be with someone that stuck by me and wanted to see the best in me and encourage me to go to school and to do all that other stuff, not just take my money and do whatever you want. So I ended up going to visit my cousins in LA and realized that it was way better females out there. It was way better. Well, the females out there, they were go-getters. They had money. You know, they were on the same wavelength as I, where I was trying to aspire to be this great ballet dancer, this great, you know, dancer out in LA. And it just, my values and the shit that I was going for just didn't match up with Kim's anymore. And I did the hard thing by telling her she had to go. And it made me cry and break down, because I hated to see her pack up all that shit, knowing she didn't have anywhere to go or nobody to be with, and she had that baby with her. Like, it made me feel like a terrible, terrible bad person. Like, because I loved that little girl. I loved her with all of my heart, you know. And it was just, her mom was sorry as fuck, and I just couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't. So that is my coming out story. You know, my mom allowed me to be who I was at first, but eventually it came out that she hated my lifestyle and she was not cool with none of the shit that I was doing. I was called a dyke, get your dyking ass out my house. She chased us with a meat cleaver, you know. Okay, so the reason why she chased us with a meat cleaver is because, like, she came in on us while she was fisting me. And my mom lost fucking control, went downstairs, grabbed the meat cleaver, and was like chopping at my bedroom door and got in some kind of way and like chased us around the room to the point where we ran out the house. And oh God, it was just so embarrassing. And that was how I came out. That was that in a nutshell. My mom accepts my lifestyle now, so don't get me wrong, but that was how I came out. All right, guys, so that concludes this episode. If you want to see the next episode, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll be right here. So stay tuned for the next video.